Aprende en casa a través de la televisión. Levántate con energía y conéctate con la estrella. Prepara tu lápiz, bolígrafo y cuaderno, porque me educa. Presenta Conéctate con la estrella.
Howdy, my dear students. This is Mrs. Alfaro. Do you remember me? I'm your favorite English teacher. Welcome to your 10th grade English class. First, let me ask you, how are you doing this week? Are you okay? Are you great? Cool? Great, awesome. I like that answer. You are perfect, staying at home. Well, welcome again to your class. First, I have to send a best greeting, best regard, my best wishes to teacher Ronnie from Instituto Comercial Panamá. Thank you, teacher, for your messages of motivation, saying that you follow our classes, and thanks for using these classes with your students. Believe me, these classes are prepared with love and care for all of you, teachers and students. So let's begin, guys. Don't forget that we are in quarantine time. So the COVID virus is still here and will be here, we don't know for how long. So if you have to go out, wear your mask. If you need to go out, if you don't need, please stay at home. Wash your hands constantly. Remember, don't touch your face with dirty hands. That's very important, okay? Now, for today's class, you are going to learn new vocabulary related to natural resources. We are still talking about natural environment, okay? Our natural environment. Remember the first class we talked about ecology. Now today we are going to talk about natural resources. You are going to be aware of the importance of natural resources for human life. To interpret and produce language related to environment issues and solutions. Now let's get into our subject. Well, first, we're going to see keywords, vocabulary that you are going to see and that you are going to learn during this class. Here you have the keywords that you are going to watch. I'm going to mention them, and now you are going to see what do they mean. Okay, here we have water, plants, air, fossil fuels, soil, sunlight, sand, sun, moon, energy. Water. I think that you are clear what water is. Here you have the picture. This is water. What we drink, what we use to cook, what we use for everything at home, the water. Wash our clothes, do the laundry, wash the dishes, water. Very important natural resource. Plants. Plants. I don't have to explain it. Here you see trees, flowers, okay? Everything that you see in green mostly are plants. The air, what blows everywhere that comes from the sky, the air, that's the air that blows our hair, okay? The air blows. Fossil fuels. Fossil fuels is what we use for industry, also for the gas that we use to cook, also for the gas for the cars, okay? Those are fossil fuels, everything that is used to give energy to machines, okay? Important for them to move. Soil. The soil is where we plant, where plants grow. That's the soil. Sunlight. very important, the sunlight is the heat. The rays of the sun is what makes the day, okay? The sunlight makes the day and gives us the heat. That's the sunlight. Here we have sand. When you go to the beach, you see the sand. Okay? The sand that we see on the beach. The sun. The sun, what give us the heat, okay? Make us the morning, the light is the sun. The moon. The moon, that we see it at night, okay? The moon, this is the moon. And energy. Here I showed you a picture about energy to relate it to electricity, right? Energy, electrical energy. Also, if we talk about energy in our bodies, when we move, we have energy to move because we eat, okay? But in this case, I took the electricity cables to show you energy. Well, now, all these words are going to be mentioned in our today's topic, natural resources. But you have a question for your teacher, maybe. But teacher, what are natural resources? Well, I'm going to explain you what are natural resources. Let's see what are natural resources and the scientific meaning of them. Okay. What are natural resources, guys? Pay attention. Natural resources, I put this picture here, is what comes from nature, our natural environment, from the water, the trees, okay? Why resources? Because we use them to supply a need, a human need. As I explained you, the water, we use it to drink it, to wash, to take a shower. So it's a resource because help us to supply something, a natural need that we have, humans, also animals. Let's see. Natural resources, the scientific meaning, are materials or substances that people can use, which come from the natural environment. Examples of natural resources are air, water, wood. The wood comes from the trees. Remember, the wood is used to make chairs, furniture. That's why we use the wood from the trees. Oil, wind energy. In our previous class about ecology, if you remember, the wind energy is what I call, or I gave you the example of the wind park that we have here in Penonomé 1 in the province of Coclé. We have a wind park, and there they produce wind energy that produces electricity. Natural gas, iron, and coal are examples of natural resources. The coal is what we use to make the barbecues. Yes, that black rock is the coal and comes from the natural environment. We take it directly, it grows as rocks, the coal grows as rocks, and we take it directly and we use, if you see, to create heat, to create fire, and we use it, an example, for barbecues. So when you see every time coal is a natural resource, it grows as a rock, okay? Then let's say something about natural resources. Natural resources are divided in two groups: renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Why renewable resources? Example of them are plants and animals. Renewable means they grow again. We can have them again. But carefully, while I was preparing this class, I noticed that many scientists say that we have to take care of the renewable resources because they are not unlimited, okay? That they can renew themselves doesn't mean that they are unlimited. Someday they can get and it's not going to exist anymore, okay? They're going to be extincted, as we talked about in the previous class. Examples of them are plants. If we don't take our plants, take care of them, someday we are not going to have enough trees if we continue with the deforestation of trees. And remember, we need the wood to have shared furniture. Animals. If we also begin to kill animals, as sometimes hunters do, without the appropriate regulation, we are going to have extincted animals too. And we also, I have to tell you, we already have animals that are already extincted that we don't know, okay? And we are not going to know them anymore because we, humans, we have made them extincted. So we have to take care of the renewable resources. Yes, they produce, they reproduce again, they grow again, but that doesn't mean that they are going to be unlimited. So we have to take care of this. Non-renewable. Why non-renewable? Yes, they can grow again. We are going to have them again, but they take many, many years or even thousands of years to grow or that we can use them. Example, the minerals, the fossil fuels. And if you see this word fossil, fossil are or comes from the word of animals that are extincted, okay? They died and they create a kind of, it's a kind of oil, black gold. Many people say it's black gold because when you find this fossil fuel, you can have a lot of money selling it because that's why it's called the black gold. And then it comes from the decomposition of many animals that die in the soil, okay? They are underground in the soil and they become like a mineral for the soil and then we can take it from there. So to have this, we have to pass through many, many years, even thousands of years. Also the same soil. Our soil, we have to take care of it because the soil needs also a process to be fertile and to plant and that it produces good products, good food, good fruits, okay? So we have to take care also of the soil. But they are non-renewable because we are not going to use them again immediately. Maybe in thousands of years. That's why they are non-renewable resources. Okay, now, let's see what happens in the cities when we use these resources without measuring, okay? Here it says, conservation of the natural resources, and here you see a big city. The case of high resource consumption occurs primarily in the biggest cities of the world. Pay attention to this. In the cities, let's take our Panama city. It's not as big, but it's a city, okay? And here is where we have high consumption of natural resources. Like what, teacher? Yes, you have that question. Like the water. The electricity, okay, comes from water too. So here we have high consumption of natural resources. That's why you see, for example, on TV, many slogans, messages that are sent to us that take care of our natural resources, turn off the light, turn off the TV when you are not using it, don't waste too much water, okay? If you are washing your teeth, brushing your teeth, close or the faucet, close it, okay? Don't leave it open because the water is running. And it's a resource that, yes, is renewable, but we are wasting it. So here in the cities is where we have high case of resource consumption. Now, Cities worldwide are responsible for the 60 to 80% of global energy consumption and 75% of carbon emissions from the cars and from the industry, consuming more than 75% of the world's natural resources. So this is a great concern. We have to begin now to take care of our natural resources. Remember in the previous class about ecology, I showed you a slogan that be green so there will be a tomorrow. In this case, now we have to take care of our natural resources, especially in the big cities, so there will be a tomorrow that our natural resources are not going to get extincted, nor are going to have it anymore. Okay, now let's continue with our class. Well, talking about the natural resources, we have to write, okay? And now is the time to write. I'm going to show you with the natural resources, talking about air, water, energy, how you can combine. For example, if you want to talk about Panama, you say, my country is Panama. Panama is very beautiful. Panama is not such a big country, okay? I'm using like different sentences, but I want to combine them into one to make it more fluent. Then we use here conjunctions and, but, or. In this case, I'm going to show you only 3 of them because we are more like 6. And, but, or. Pay attention to this sentence. It was raining hard. It was raining hard. There was a strong wind, like a strong air. Here you have 2 sentences, but they are referring to the same topic, about the rain that occurred yesterday, for example. How you combine these 2 sentences into one, or these 2 clauses is also another way to say it. It was raining hard, and there was a strong wind, okay? And here I need a comma. That was a mistake. I have to put here a comma, okay? It was raining hard and there was a strong wind. I combine the 2 sentences using the conjunction and, because I'm talking about the rain. What else are you saying about the rain? That there was a strong wind. Very strong wind. So you combine the sentences with and. Like you want to give more information, you use and. Now let's see another example. Water is an important natural resource. Colon. People are still wasting it. Colon. 2 different clauses, but talking about water, okay? Water is an important natural resource. People are still wasting it. Look at this, combined. Water is an important natural resource, comma, but people are still wasting it. What do I mean with the but? In this case, but is used to make a little bit more emphasis on the second clause. This doesn't mean that the first one is not important. Yes, it is. But this one, I want to highlight it, that pay attention. Yes, it's going to happen this. For example, your mom tells you, yes, you can go to the party, but, there comes the but, you have to be here at 9. And you say, Mom, why? But, that's the but that you don't like to hear from your mom and from your dad, the but. It's making an emphasis, emphasizing you that you have to do this, okay? It's the same. Water is an important natural resource, but people are still wasting it. That's the emphasis on the second clause or the second sentence. We use but. Now, let's see with or. We must preserve our natural resources. Column. That's a statement. There won't be a tomorrow. Another sentence or another statement. We must preserve our natural resources, comma, or there won't be a tomorrow. Or, in this case, or is giving us an option. Teacher, when I use or, let me tell you guys. Or is used to have, or when you have to choose between two options or more. For example, I ask you, what do you want to sing today? Do you want to sing bachata or do you want to sing a salsa? Two options, we use or, okay? You say, Mom, I want you to cook lasagna or soup, okay? Two options, and you can have more than two. We use or. So, or give you that. In this sentence, we must preserve our natural resources today, or there won't be a tomorrow, okay? If you don't this option, then can happen another thing. So you have to do the two of them or choose one or make the two. Or, that's the use of or. Now, and, remember, and, to join sentences talking about the same topic. You are going to give information. To not repeat the same. Panama is a big city. Panama is beautiful. Panama is. No. You say Panama is a big city and is very beautiful. And. But the second sentence is a little bit more important than the first one, okay? If we don't, Panama, let's take another example. Panama is a big city, but we have to take care of our natural resources, but. And or with two options, you choose. In Panama, you can have a rainforest tour, or you can have a beach tour, okay? You are choosing with or. Now, let's practice. Let's apply what you just have learned about the conjunctions and, but, and, or. You and me, I'm going to help you. Okay, let's see. Here. Let's apply combining two clauses or sentences into one using and, but, or. Let's see the example number one. The Chagres River is an important natural resource. Column. It is the biggest river in our country. Column. The Chagres River is an important natural resource. And in the second statement, I'm still talking about the Chagres River. I'm telling you that it's the biggest river in our country. So I'm giving you more information about this river. What do you think we have to use? And, but, or? Right, we have to use and because we're adding information and we are going to combine it into one sentence. So here it goes. Let's choose here. Okay, will be like this. Let me erase the color because it's not appropriate. Let me use the pen again. Black, okay. The Chagres River is an important natural, let's continue writing here, resource comma, let me erase here, comma, and it is the biggest river in our country. Let's leave it like this, okay? The Chagres River is an important natural resource, comma, and it is the biggest river in our country. Okay, now let's see number 2. Panama has a great biodiversity. Its name means abundance of fish and butterflies. Here also, Panama, and the name Panama means abundance of fish and butterflies. What will you use? What would you use to combine these two sentences? And, but, or. Yes, right. And, again, because and is used to give add more information. So it will be like this. Panama has a great biodiversity, comma, and its name means, and the same, name means abundance of fish and butterflies, okay? Here you join the two sentences into one. I'm sorry for my letter. I know that is not the most beautiful, but I'm doing my best, okay? That's my handwriting. Sorry for that. Okay, Panama has a great biodiversity, and its name means abundance of fish and butterflies. I blend the two sentences together. Is for you like not being like, I like how you are dressed. I like the way your hair looks. You use conjunctions to sound more natural. Let's see other examples. Let's look at these two examples. Number 3, water is a renewable resource. It doesn't mean it is unlimited, okay? I'm talking about water, and the second also refers to water. But pay attention. It's kind of giving you some information, something else that you have to pay attention to it. What conjunction will you use? And, but, or? Yes, right. But, okay, but, because this one is a little bit more important than the first one. So it will go like this. Water is a renewable resource, comma, but it doesn't mean it is unlimited. Okay, and colon. Number 4, natural resources come from the natural environment. Many others are made by humans. What will you use to combine here the two sentences? And, but, or? Yes, right. Again, but. Because here, the second statement or the second clause talks about or give us an emphasis that other resources are made or processed by humans, by our hands, okay? So it will go like this. Natural resources come from the natural environment, comma, but many others are made, let's do it, are made by humans, okay? Natural resources come from the natural environment, comma, but many others are made by humans, okay? But giving you the emphasis in this case that some other resources we have to make them, us, humans. Let's continue. This one. 5. We can go to the river. We can go to the beach. 2 different clauses. How do you combine them? Tell me. You use and, but, or. Right. In this case, you are going to use or, guys. You are very good at home. You are learning a lot. Good, good. So here will be like this. We can go to the river. Comma, or we can go, sorry, let me erase here. Or we can go to the beach. Colon, okay? We can go to the river or we can go to the beach. Here you have the 2 options, and then you choose. Where do you want to go? To the river or to the beach? That's the way we use or, to combine or join. Number 6, the sun is close to the earth. The earth is close to the moon. 2 questions. But how you use it into one? How do we combine them? What do you think? Give me your answer. And, but, or. Yes, very good. Again, we use or. 2 options. Let's combine them into one. So it will go like this. The sun is close to the earth. Comma, or the earth is close to the moon. That's a question, for example, that you can make to yourself. You are thinking, what will be closer to the earth, the sun or the moon? Okay, that's the way you make the question. What will be closer? The sun is close to the air or the earth is close to the moon? That's the way I ask you using or, combining the sentences into one with or, options. Okay, now let's continue with our class. After you practice, you did a great job. Good job, guys. Let's continue. Remember that you have the conjunctions and, but, and or. Try to use it. Don't forget it at home. Try to blend the 2 sentences with and. Try to blend sentences with but. And try to blend sentences with or. Okay, practice. The writing form, the way you write, the written form are also when you speak. Okay, now let's see here. Let's review today's class. Today we talk about natural resources. Remember, we said they are renewable and non-renewable resources, and I gave you the example of plants and animals. Also, non-renewable minerals, fossil fuels, and soils. I told you that renewable resources someday can be unlimited, so we have to take care of them. We also talk about conjunctions and but or. Let's review. Natural resources are renewable and non-renewable. You see, I apply what we just learned. I join and talk about the same topic and use and. Panama has a lot of natural resources, but we must take care of them. Using but, emphasizing the second one. If you want to go to the beach, you can go to the Atlantic or you can go to the Pacific, or two options. Also, here you have another way to say it. You can go to the Atlantic or to the Pacific. You can use either the first one or the second form, where the one you feel more comfortable with, okay? You can use the complete clause or the complete sentence, the second one, or just eliminate, okay, the noun, what you refer or talk about. So here, if you want to go to the beach, you can go to the Atlantic or you can go to the Pacific. If you want to go to the beach, you can go to the Atlantic or to the Pacific. So you see how you blend the sentences using your conjunctions. Try to use them at home, okay? Practice it, practice it. Now, for homework, do you remember the movie WALL-E? Yes, the previous class, I told you to watch WALL-E because WALL-E gives us a green message. Beautiful movie, very cute robot. Can be childish just for little boys and girls, but also give us a good message for us, okay? You, young, and us adults. Well, with the movie WALL-E, and if you didn't watch it, try to do it again. You are going to write two sentences using and, of whatever you see in the movie. Two sentences using but, and two sentences using or. I remember you. And give more information. But you are going to emphasize on the second clause or the second sentence. And or, you are going to have two options, okay? Also, you can go to the internet and look for conjunctions. And you have there also more practice to do, and you can see more tutorials about the use of and, but, and, or. Do it because now you have a lot of time. So, guys, remember, you are at home. Now this is your slogan. I told you the previous class, I study and stay at home. Please study and stay at home. If you don't have anything to do outside your house, study and stay at home. And if you go out, remember to wear your mask. It's very important. And keep the social distancing. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with me today. Remember, I'm Mrs. Alfaro, your favorite English teacher. I hope to see you the next time in our next class. Bye, my dear students, and see ya. Take care.